Hello, and welcome to my video on person first versus identity first language. So, a lot of people ask which one is correct. And the answer is that there's not really one correct answer because identity and language is such a complex topic. It really depends on what that person and or group wants. So, what is person first language? Person first language is where you use the word person first. So, for example, person with autism, person with Down syndrome, person with mental illness. Identity first language is where you use their identity first. So, autistic person, deaf person. Now, there's not one correct answer because different people and different groups prefer different things. So, for example, I'm autistic. I view autism as part of my identity, and it's something that's very important to me. So I prefer being called an autistic person. I don't really like person first language when talking about being autistic because I feel like it is meant to separate me from my identity. And I want people to view me as autistic, not with a person, with autism kind of appended on to me. However, I have other identities that I do use person first language for. So, for example, I have a physical disability called POTS that makes my heart rate go up and my blood pressure can drop dangerously. Now, is the experience of having POTS part of my life experience and part of my identity because it's something that I deal with every day? Yes. Is it something that I really want people to say, "Oh, she's a POTS person"? No. I want people to say, she's a person with POTS. So it really depends. And each person, can choose how they may want identity first language for some things and person first language for another thing. But one thing that I do want to point out about identity first language is that we do use it a lot without thinking about it. So if we say things like smart person, athletic person, and things that we might not think of as being as negative as autism, because I know a lot of people have very negative views of autism, we use identity first language without even thinking about it. And so that's why it bothers me so much when people say you have to use person first language with autism. And it's like, well, you use identity first language for a lot of other things that you view as positive. So I view this as positive. So I would like to use identity first language. And it does make me very upset when people put a blanket statement on, oh, yes, we always use person first language. Um, I mean, autistic people have been marginalized and discriminated against and mistreated. And so when people who are not autistic say, oh, we're going to use person first language for autistic people, it marginalizes us more because it takes away our ability to decide what we want. And we as a group, deserve to decide what we want. So those blanket statements are not helpful and they can serve to marginalize some groups even more. So, what is the best policy? I believe that the best policy is that everything is said respectfully and always based on that person and or group's wants.